kind of do is each week is building off where we ended the previous week. So last week, Cal and I, we did the hip bump, failed hip bump to Kimura, but we're going to end it. So we work in guard. We sit up here and we executed just the hip bump sweep to here. And this is where we're going to start with today, okay? So today we're going to do a Kimura from 2 positions, sorry, Americana from 2 positions, and a little chain where you can do an Americana, straight arm bar, and a Kimura. Basic stuff, basic arm locks. The first one is mount. So we need to isolate the hand that's closest to you, makes it a bit easier. What I like to do is, I'm a bit heavy, which is good for me, so I like to utilize my weight to get one of his hands onto the side, yeah? So I want to use my weight and my 2 hands, so 3 versus 1, basically. So what I want to do is I want to get control around here and his wrist, and I want to start to engage my chest here, and kind of push to here, yeah? And then once we've isolated here, I'm doing 2 things. I'm going to pin his hand down with my opposite. So here, Americana is opposite hand, so my left on his left, we're going straight opposite. I'm going to grapevine the opposite leg. If you can see that, yeah, we're just grapevining the opposite. That stops him from bridging out. And with our right hand, our free hand, we're gonna sneak under, grab our wrist, and make sure our elbow is tucked into his head. So we're not too far out this way. We're really tucked in here. Yeah. We keep that grapevine, and instead of lifting his elbow this way, we're thinking about twisting back and like a paintbrush going this way. And the more you suck the chicken wing in, the less movement you really need to get the tap. He's tapping there, you can't see. But if you're out here, it takes a whole lot more strength and movement to get the tap. So we're here, if he's got his strong up here, we're going 2 on 1. I like to get the grapevine on the opposite side at the same time. Use my body weight, get his hand down, suck it in, scoot that under, grab your own wrist. You can do things like push your forearms through, that's fine, but I feel I can get it just with the wrist and wrist control. Suck it in, and then instead of lifting his elbow up this way, we're painting his knuckles back to his own hip, that way, okay? Maintaining the grapevine at all times. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we'll do from side control, and then I think we should get some rounds in. We've got a few people here. Awesome. Alrighty, 1, 2. Guys, so that's one way to get on the Americana. Personally, I prefer from side control. Honestly, I prefer side control over mount as a general position. One thing I love to do is just windshields. I actually enjoy drilling windshields. And what windshields are for the newer people is we're here, and if you see my legs, obviously the pivot's the knee, we're kind of windshielding over our opponent. Instead of kind of doing a back step which gives him room to grab the leg, to either a butterfly sweep or retain half guard. So what I like to do is I kind of drill here, windshield here, side, knee on belly, windshield over, reverse. You can practice that in drilling a warm-up. But all we're doing from here is we're going to kind of get the traditional side control position in mount, which kind of distracts him a little bit for me to windshield quickly and get hip control with our toes on the close hip, close to us, yeah? Because I actually want to come and just transition into side control. Yeah, so we start in mount. Here, I'm going to get the traditional kind of side control under the head. I'm going to windshield over, close hip control, and just kind of slide off to here. Okay? From here, I don't go for Americanas much if it's just like, if he's here, and I go for it because he can just reach over his head with his other hand. There's plenty of room to defend it, yeah? So, what I like to do from here, I like to trap this like it's kind of like a knee slice on his bicep. So if I feel that his hand's getting up this way or even lower this way, I'll kind of use my own forearm to kind of give my knee some space, and I like to slice my knee here. So my shin is heavy on his bicep, and all this is just gives me the time to kind of fight the 2 on 1 with our chest to get the Americana down. Okay? And from here it's the exact same, but the detail is we can let go of this knee now. We don't mind. We've got it set up. We don't mind where he puts his hand now. So the whole point of getting our shin on his bicep is just to set this up. But once we've got this, I like to, because heavy people, they can bridge up and can get out of it quite easily. So I like to shift my weight back, just let him have that, and control his hips. And from here, same thing, just come back to his knee, yeah? Because now my hip is in his hip, he can't bump me over this way, and I use the knee slice for the sole purpose of just isolating and then setting up the 2-on-1 position. Okay? So that's the first one, give that a few goes. And then the other one is a straight arm lock. So if he straightens his arm, all we do is we just kind of get our forearm under his elbow and then just do it this way. Okay, so we're just pushing down his wrist and kind of like lifting my forearm, my right forearm up a bit, and that's just a straight arm lock. So from the Americana, from here, whatever reason he straightens, we just adjust a bit, get under his elbow, and that's a straight arm bar. Right from there, okay? 1, 2. Alrighty, and the last one, okay, so the last one is if Americana no good, straight arm no good, and if they manage to get just the kind of 90 degree, the 180 flip of the position. So if we have the Americana set up, he gets the straight arm doesn't work, and now he's here, okay? Our Americana grip won't work from here, but the same concept applies for the Kimura, yeah? So now, before we had right on right, yeah? If he bails here, I like to keep contact. We're going to switch our grips. So now we've got left on his right, and we come through for the same wrist on wrist grip. Okay, from here. A couple ways to finish it. I like to pop my hip onto this side. What that means is I can throw my leg over his head, okay? And now I can kind of rock back and lift him up a bit, and that creates so much space to finish the Kimura that way. So what we're doing now is, once we're here, we need to lift it over because there's a chance he can grab his pants or his belt or whatnot. So once we've got it set up, here, hips, step over, lean back. We want to keep it a bit open like this, yeah? We don't want to suck in too soon because you'll grab his own material. So we keep it open, but as soon as we can't get it to his back, then we can suck it in here. He's not going to grab his material, and then we just go this way, okay? So if we're back from Americana, here, it's failed, straight arm bar's failed, keep control, switch the grips, drop your hip and face his head, still got the grip, throw the leg over. Worst case scenarios is he turns hard into me, I just sit up kind of in north-south, and same thing, I make sure that he can't grab his material, behind the back, and then grab a Kimura from there. Okay, I'll come around and make sure it's all good for the lower workouts. 1, 2.